This video is for anybody who is waiting for closure from an avoidant. Hi, I'm Amy and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I'm a certified attachment style coach and I help anxious attachers break the cycle of emotionally unavailable and avoidant partners so that you can really thrive in your independence and prevent future heartbreak. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't hold your breath waiting for closure from an avoidant. But first of all, if you're interested in what your attachment style is, I have a free attachment style quiz. The link is in my bio, but let's get into the video. And those that have followed me for a long time will know that I was in a 7-year on and off relationship with a dismissive avoidant partner. So I have experienced countless breakups with this person. And I've also had a lot of comments this week over on YouTube and TikTok of people who are really in an awful lot of pain because they want closure. They want this person to get in touch with them. They want an apology. They want their ex to admit that they made a mistake and want to come back. But really what they're looking for is closure. And you guys, I get it. I wanted closure so badly so many times. I really struggled to move on with my life because I couldn't get any closure from this person. Even when we got back together, there was still no closure because I was so relieved that we were back together. I didn't discuss anything. I didn't set any boundaries. There was no closure. There was no resolution, even when we got back together. So the final time that this happened, I decided myself that I was going to give myself the closure that I needed. And I speak to people all the time that have been in relationships with avoidant partners, and they seem to think that once I've got this closure, then I can move on. But there are two problems with this. Number one is that it's unlikely that you're going to get the closure that you need from somebody who is emotionally unavailable. And here's why. Number one, accountability. People who have an avoidant attachment style have a hard time taking accountability. They don't want to look at what the problems were in the relationship. They don't want to look at their faults or their shortcomings. And the reason for this is because they have really big shame wounds, and admitting fault or admitting that they've done something wrong might well trigger this wound that they've worked so hard to protect themselves from feeling. And the second thing is vulnerability. When it is that a secure couple breaks up, or even an anxious couple breaks up, there's usually some clarity as to why. And yes, there may be a few unanswered questions, but you will feel satisfied knowing why this relationship came to an end. You're not going to get that with an avoidant attachment style because they don't want to access their own feelings about it. They're not going to want to access yours. And I know that that's really hard to hear because I can feel the pain that you're in. I can feel the longing, the desperation. I've been there, I've done it. If you get any kind of closure at all from the avoidant, you're lucky. Because a lot of people get ghosted, a lot of people are blocked. And when you're on the receiving end of that, it's so super painful, but you're really barking up the wrong tree. And I'm going to go into in this video how you can give the closure to yourself and move on in a secure way without needing that person. But if you are sat right now feeling totally unworthy, feeling like you weren't good enough, feeling like if this person just spoke to me, then I'll feel better. Then I'd be able to process things properly and move on. And I've helped so many clients in your situation with this exact same problem. And I've created a really specific blueprint on how I healed my attachment style from anxious attached to securely attached. And it doesn't have to take very long, my friend. I do have some slots available this week for discovery calls. If you're interested, email me. My link is in the bio. So now we've established that it's really unlikely that you're going to get closure from this person. Now what we want to do is establish how we can give closure to ourselves. And You might sit there thinking, but I can't do that. I need them to contact me, and I get it. But there is a way. I want you to think of it this way. The ball is absolutely in your court here. You have to decide to move on no matter what. And I'm going to do a video later on this week about what it would look like if you decided to pursue this person and stay with this person, because I've been there, guys, 7 whole years of an avoidant washing machine. But you have to make the decision to move on, and you can do this, because as far as you're concerned, if somebody has ghosted you, if somebody has blocked you, if somebody has said, I don't want this relationship, I don't want to be with you, or anything along those lines, you don't need anything else. You don't need to know why. You don't need to know whether you were good enough for that person. You don't need to know whether you were worthy enough for that person, because you're going to learn how to give these things to yourself, because what you really want is a sense of relief. You want a sense that this matter's resolved, it's all tied up in a little bow, and I can now move on. And you're going to learn how to give yourself that closure without needing them to do it. And when you can do this, this person will become insignificant to you. You won't need them. You'll stop thinking about them so much. You'll stop watching the phone hoping that they text you. You'll stop wondering what they're thinking and how they're feeling, and are they hurting, are they regretting things. You'll stop doing that when you can give yourself the closure. So what I want you to do is, as you know, I'm a massive fan of journaling. Get your journal out, and I want you to think about what you are making that situation mean about you. So the lack of closure, what does that mean to you? Does it mean I'm not good enough for this relationship, or I'm not good enough for them? Maybe I'm unworthy of them. Maybe I just don't deserve a relationship. Maybe this relationship failing was all my fault. Go to town on it. This relationship has broken down. What do I think about this? What am I feeling about this? I feel like it's unresolved. I feel like I'm unworthy. I feel desperate. I feel in despair. And really go into and validate your experience of this, because it is painful. It is really painful when you're wanting closure from somebody who's not giving it to you. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to choose the belief of I'm unworthy. And I want you to then think about, okay, is this belief true? Is it accurate? Am I actually unworthy of a relationship? And I can guarantee you, you are worthy of a relationship. I want you to look at where you are worthy in your life. Maybe not in relationships, but your career, for example, your friends and family, your home life, your finances. Are you showing up as a worthy person there? Because what we want to do is we want to equilibrate the subconscious mind, because at the moment your unworthiness is being triggered by a breakup, and we want to equilibrate that. We want to dampen the reaction that you've had to it, and the way that we're going to do that is by showing yourself how you are worthy in other areas of your life. Even if it's just 1 or 2 things, that's fine. You can focus on those one or two things. And then what I want you to do is go through all the beliefs that you have about yourself in relationship to this situation, and do that with all of them. And I can tell you that once you've done this, you are instantly going to feel better. And then the next thing I want you to do is think about and imagine you got closure from this person. So essentially, what do you think closure is going to give you? So it could be, well, it'll give me a sense of relief. It'll give me a sense of resolve. It would make me feel significant. When you know what you think you're going to get from this person, there are 2 things. Number 1, I want you to ask yourself whether that is a likely scenario with this person, because it won't be. Even if this person rang you right now and said all the things you wanted to hear, it might make you feel better temporarily, but it's not going to last long. So what we want to do is give that to ourselves, because that is where the long-lasting relief is going to come from. So all of those things that you've listed about what you think closure is going to give to you are things that I want you to focus on giving yourself in a healthy way. So a feeling of relief, for example. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to give myself a sense of relief? Maybe that's meditation. Maybe that's going for a run. Maybe that's taking a bath. Maybe it's going to the gym. And learn how to fulfill your own needs. Because when you can do this, my friend, when you can confidently meet your needs in a healthy way, you are not going to need that person to give it to you. You're not going to, in fact, you're not going to need anyone to give it to you. You are going to be able to fill your needs yourself on a consistent basis, which is something that the anxious attacher really, really needs. And this is why they hyper focus so much on relationships, because they are looking at the relationship to get their needs met. But when they can do this themselves, and when they can confidently, consistently think, how do I meet that need myself right now in a healthy way, you are going to automatically detach from that person. And not only that, you are going to start seeing for yourself how that person did not meet your needs, or at least didn't meet them consistently. But you deserve to have a relationship that is consistent. You deserve love that is consistent. You deserve a relationship that's not based on breadcrumbing. Real love does not look like this. It doesn't look like abruptly ending things and not giving you closure. It doesn't look like that. Before long, you're going to wake up in the morning and not check your phone. You're going to wake up not thinking about them. You're going to go to bed at night not thinking about them. You're going to be so involved in your own life. You are going to be so involved in making new connections and rekindling old connections. You're going to be really thriving. You're going to be looking after yourself. You're going to be treating yourself like you're a worthy person. You're going to be eating right. You're going to be sleeping well. You're going to be going to the gym and exercising. You are going to be doing all of these things because you are worthy of them. And a lot of people are worried about, okay, if I do all this work on myself, what if I meet another avoidant? You're going to spot them from a mile off, because you are going to treat yourself exactly how you want to be treated in a relationship. So if somebody falls short of that, you're going to notice it. The alarm bells are going to go off. So stop looking at them to give you closure. It's not going to satisfy you. It's going to give you temporary relief at best. Learn how to give yourself the closure that you're seeking. If somebody has said to you, I don't want to be with you, that's enough. You don't need anything else from that person. You don't need that person to explain. That person no longer wants to be with you. That person no longer gets access to you. So I hope you found that video helpful. If you did, drop a comment below. I have a 6-week self-study course coming available soon. So subscribe to this channel for more information on that, but I will see you in the next video.